What's up, guys? Just thought I would do a video um, explaining how the astral world works with ours and how you are a part of both worlds at the same time while you're still alive. Now, everything has a spirit and a soul, and everything is basically light energy, and it basically materializes first on this plane. So like, but you can go back to that plane, and you can go back to another world that's on top of this world. There's 12 of them, and a lot of y'all, you get afraid of death. That's how I all started. I was afraid of death, and I asked God, basically, can you show me how not to be afraid of death? And he said, I'm going to take you out of your body. And then he did it. And it was scary at first, but after a while, you just get used to it, and you can do it on your own. And you have to be sincere about asking God about this, like, because it's a scary place. The spirit world is a whole nother world on top of this one. You're just seeing a little small spectrum of light and physical things here, but there's other things that are layered over top and layered under and over and all the above. So, like, when I first started, God, like, I was experimenting. Like, I even asked him to take me to hell to show me if hell was real, and he took me there 4 times. He took me to hell 4 times, and he showed me different spots in hell, and it was really scary. One was the pillars of loneliness. You would just stand on this pillar that's really tall, like as tall as you can see, and there's just lava and fire at the bottom, and it's just as big as you can stand on, and you just sit there and stand there, and far as the eye could see, that's all I could see was these pillars with humans standing on top of them, people falling off, sliding down, whatsoever. I tried to jump off and fly because I can usually fly in the astral world, but when I was in hell, I could not fly at all. And so I just jumped in the lava basically, and took a long fall. And then another one, he took me in hell. It was cubes. It was like cubes, spots with holes in the bottom. Like, so you were trapped in a cube, and there were holes in the bottom of this cube. And this cube would let demons come up and basically harass you and like fight you, and they would throw you a sword and say, "Let's fight." And it was just like an everlasting fight, of different kinds of monsters that just crawl up through the hole, and they want to start stuff with you, and they just fight. And he was saying that's anger. That's where the anger. That's a level of anger right there, of bloodlust and anger. And then the other part of hell he sent me to, it was like under my bed. It was like I fell through a hole. I got pulled through a hole when I got out of my body, and I fell through the bed. I could look up and I saw my wife basically like asleep in the bed, and it was just pure darkness down there, like I was in a cave. And then all of a sudden, these little small imp creatures, they all came. Come here, Bubba. Come on, boy. They all came and they just piled on top of me, and like they didn't let up. They just kept jumping all over me and all that shit. It was crazy. But basically, what I'm telling you is like this is a real place. Like all these places are real. He's even taken me to some gates. He called them the gates, and this one time I was astral traveling. I got up, I saw my wife on the bed, and she didn't wake up or anything. And I thought I was awake for real until I saw a waterfall at the end of my bed. A gushing waterfall just going just down. And as soon as I stepped onto the water, it pulled me down, and I slid down this waterfall, and then I came into this beautiful area that was like crystalline structured, and it was like a crystal castle, and it had like a waiting area, and I met I met these three creatures that were standing there, and one looked human. He had a cloak and a hood on, and there was another one that was like 20 foot tall, 15 foot tall. One of those. She was female. I painted a picture of her. If y'all want to see the picture, I can show y'all the picture. But I painted a picture of her. Her clothes were alive. Her skin was black. It was black, and it had stars all over it. It looked like it was, I don't know what it was, but it had stars. Like she was sparkling and she was black at the same time. It was amazing. And then there was a fire angel there too as well, that basically ignored me, and I had the ability to fly in this dream, so I knew I was in a good place. And the 15-foot tall creature, female, she was excited that I was there, and not the fire angel so much. He had a blue flaming sword that looked like, how like the gas looks, like when a gas is coming out of your stove. He had that kind of sword, and he just wasn't really wanting to talk to me at all. And he was just very, I wouldn't say arrogant, but proud. I would say proud. He was a very proud angel. And but this other one was very playful. The tall female was very playful. She was laughing at me because I was so excited, and she was telling me to calm down. It's not time to go in those gates yet, and she just let me know that these gates exist, and they are between heaven and earth, and like there's some between heaven and hell, and this is like a real realm. This is just the physical one this is the corruptible realm. The physical realm is the corruptible. The etheric, angelic, spiritual realm is uncorruptible. Even if it's evil, or even if it's good, it's uncorruptible. It doesn't die. It renews itself. It regenerates itself. I have so many astral travel stories that I could tell you guys, because I've been doing this for about 20 years now. And going into the spirit is what Christians call it. I am myself a Hebrew Israelite. I know who I am. I know the powers God gave us, and I know the rest we can get, and we can leave this body. We don't have to stay in this body every day of our life. Every night you go to sleep, you can live another life, and that's the most amazing thing about astral travel or going into the spirit. I can tell you one thing that I noticed that won't let you astral travel is if you you drink alcohol before you go to sleep, and you go to sleep like that, you're not going to get to leave your body. I don't know why that is, but you're just not. You're like, it's not going to happen. You're just going to wake up. It's going to be dark. You're going to just wake up, and you're going to be like, oh, nothing happened, But when you have a sober mind and a sober body, like, you can get out of this body so easily. You can go and fly through your neighborhood. You can race down the street on cars. You could grab a hold of cars on the interstate and just fly with them and fly off. There's so much I've done in the astral body. It's like sometimes you don't even want to come back to this body, and it's kind of strange, but yeah, when you cross over to that side, sky's the limit. It's very spiritual. It's very cold out here. When you're in that astral body, you don't get too cold. You can feel all the physical sensations, but you don't get cold. You can't really feel it. You don't burn. You don't, when you smack the ground, if you go up through the clouds like I have, and you come down and smack the ground as hard as you can, it doesn't really hurt too bad. You don't feel anything. Really, you just feel a thump. That's really all you feel, I think kids can see us, and when you're in the astral body, and dogs and animals can definitely see you because they usually will bark, and they will be barking at you. You know, if you're going flying through your neighborhood, or just out trying to have fun, because really the astral body is the utmost fun you can have because you're uncorruptible. You can't get hurt. Like this physical body, you can get hurt. You know, you get smacked by a monster with a sword. It doesn't really do anything to you. It just, it's just the nature of the astral body. It's pretty awesome. But yeah, if you guys have any more questions or anything about the astral world and how to like maybe get there easier, there's herbs and stuff you can take. I can make a list of herbs. I'll let you know. I'm just starting out doing this video, so like and subscribe. That would be great. I'm going to be doing astral travel stories. I have a lot of them. They're pretty adventurous. I'd love to make them into like a cartoon or a movie even. It would be awesome to have a movie like that. But, I just want you guys, don't be afraid of the spirit world, okay? Because you're going back to the spirit world. No one here is uncorruptible yet. When you're in this physical body, it's corrupted by genetically modified foods, plastics in your food, the chemicals, everything that is going on, everything in the water, all that, like it all stops you from leaving this body, and at the same time it all takes you back to the astral realm because it's killing you basically, and that's all it is. An out-of-body experience is just like a near-death experience, except you're not dying and you're not dead. It's something that everybody can do. It just depends on your intentions when you go there. Like me asking God to show me hell's real. I guess that was a 4-way trip to show me some stuff. And it was pretty, I've never asked to go back there and see these things again. But I've definitely been to some events on the other side. They have events. I can tell y'all about an event, and there were reptilian creatures and greys and all sorts of creatures there, man, like that you would call aliens, but they're just extra dimensional beings. They can jump in and out of this one, just like us. We can jump in and out of this dimension, and it's pretty cool. And it has to do with your magnetic field, also. You can raise that, you can lower it. I mean, sky's the limit, guys. As in heaven as it is on earth, it's coming. All of it's coming together, though. So you guys like and subscribe, and just let me know what you think about the astral world. If you want to know more, I'll be happy to tell you. Thanks.